Okay, so on this problem, let me bring it down here for us. 55 over the square root of 11. Okay, so basically here's the rule that we have to always follow with the roots. Never leave a root in the denom. It's okay in the top. A root, I should say a root. A root is okay in the top, not in the bottom. So that's the deal we're talking about. It's okay to leave a root in the top, not in the bottom. Okay, so we got to get rid of this root from the bottom. What do you do? Instead of leaving it, you multiply by root over root. So I'm going to multiply by root 11 over root 11. So I'm doing the same thing to the top and the bottom. So it's what I call plastic surgery. We're removing the wrinkles, we're giving it a new look, but it's the same person. So this new fraction will look different, but have the same value. Why? Because we did the same thing to the top and the bottom. So we can't be changing the value. So what happens on the top? These guys cannot multiply. Remember, outsiders stay outside and insiders stay inside. Like that. On the bottom, here, let me show you a shortcut tip for the bottom. The bottom, it's 11 times 11, right? Both together in a root. Now you could make it 121 if you want to, but let me show you a trick where that won't be necessary. Next step, what are two 11s inside of a root do? Roots are 2 for 1 deal. They send 1 out and they're gone, and then the root vanishes, right? The root vanishes because there's nothing left inside the root. So it's just 11. On the top, it's still 55 root of 11. Are we good so far? We're actually not done. We have one more step, but let me make sure we're clear so far. So we started with this root in the bottom. We never leave roots in the denominator. They're fine in the top, not on the bottom. Instead, we multiply top and bottom by root. That way we don't change the value. We're making it look different, plastic surgery, no more wrinkles, without being a different value. We're doing the same thing top and bottom. So on the top, the 55 and the root 11 just stay separated because, you know, it's the prison analogy. Outsiders stay outside, insiders stay inside. On the bottom, put the two 11s together in the red. They're both insiders. They go together inside, and the roots are a 2 for 1 deal. Out comes the 11 and the root vanishes completely. This 11 is out now. Or you could have just said, well, it's a root of 121 and that's 11. Either way, it's going to end up being a plain 11. Okay. Now, I said we can do one more step. What? This 11, can he cancel into that 11? No, because those are different worlds. But he can go into that 55 5 times because they're in the same world. And there's our final answer. Right there. Whoops, sorry. Here we go. Now, so what happened on that last step? This 11 cannot go into that 11 because they're in different worlds. Remember, outsiders interact with outsiders, insiders with insiders. It's the prison analogy. So the 11 will divide into the 55 5 times. And the answer is 5 root 11. Is it okay to leave that root? Yeah, because that's really over 1. I'm not going to write it that way, but it's really a numerator root. It's okay to have roots in the top. We just didn't want roots in the bottom. So we got rid of that. Original one had a root in the bottom. We got rid of it. There's the final answer. There we go.